Hello, buddy. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is Let Go. Let Go. You can check out more videos and also get a copy of my best-selling book at roberthollis.com/free. And we'll get started just in a moment. So, looking for comments, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Reach out there and share with everyone. I'd really appreciate it. Here they come. Hi, Craig. How you doing? Hey, Bill, nice to see you. Change the story, change your life. Yes, sir. Hi, Angela. How are you? Thanks again, Craig, for posting. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, it's so funny. I think John Tier, a lot of people are going to relate to this because we all do this. It's just human nature. Hey, Kai, how are you? Yes, it is payday. I forgot to make that post. Hi, Ed, Melody. Thank you very much, Kai, for reminding me. I think I said Mr. Tier. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Arthur. Eric, how are you? I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you, Eric? Angela, again, Adrene, Lisa Marie, Barbie. So we're definitely in. Well, Sandy, we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is Let Go. Let Go. Now, a lot of us do this. A lot of us do this. And I want to dedicate this to Daniel and his wife in Colombia. And one of the things that she recently did, she was talking about, the prepaid travel cards that we have with High Life Travel. And she was just mentioning it to some family members, and then another family member overheard, said they wanted $100 in prepaid travel, and then another one and another one. She was going, wow, this is really great how easy it's going. And Daniel said that he was really proud of her husband because, that she had some misgivings on, the reputation of network marketing, multi-level. And one of the things I want to tell everyone is that we as human beings do this, don't we? We base past experiences, and when we get into a new relationship, we have a tendency of bringing all that luggage, from that one relationship into another. So if you guys have ever heard this, I always make a joke out of it. I've married... I bet I've had 3 relationships in my life and married 2 of them. So I tell people all the time, the girls that I met in high school, in Williston High School, they didn't see a future with me. You know what I mean? So that was a nice way to say that, they broke up with me, and hey, whatever, right? But, in each time that you go through a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's a job, whether it's anything, a lot of us have a tendency of having a bad experience. And sometimes the bad experiences are other people's relationships. So when people say to me, I've heard of one of these companies, blah, 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 I get it. I totally get it. And I tell people that, my second relationship, I got married, we had our son, Darcy, Robert Hollis Jr. from that. And man, she just one day said to me, listen, I don't want to be married to you anymore. I said, you're not taking my son. And she said, I don't want him. And she abandoned me and my son. He was like 18 months old. And that's where I met, Terry, the love of my life, and we've been together, for 39 years. And I just love and adore her more now than I ever did. And so my point of that is I could allow, my first relationship to mess me up. I could have allowed the second relationship to mess me up. And if I can be brutally transparent here and raw, I did. I did. I hung on to relationships, not only in personal life, but also with business partners and also with companies I marketed with. And I hang on way too long. way, way, way too long. When my wife abandoned me, I should have just filed for a divorce. Filed for a divorce, got that handled, and married Terry. I just should have. But I was stupid, and I didn't want to get myself into another relationship because the other two hurt me. The other two abandoned me. The other two broke up with me. So I'm bringing this, luggage and garbage into the new relationship that was the best relationship of my life. Do you guys understand this? Well, people do this in business. So I hear people all the time, I've heard of one of these companies, and I just say, hey, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about it. And I never want to be in that, topping your story stuff. But, the most successful people in any business have these unbelievable stories of why they should have never did it anymore. So people don't know this about me, but 19 different companies I've been in. And so when I got in my first one, NSA, and I'm selling water filters, and then all of a sudden the person that I'm learning from basically tells me that the company is making some tragic mistakes and he's starting his own company called Equinox. And that was in the beginning of 1992, really the end of 91. And so I left that company. And I'm telling you what, I wasn't really happy about that. And when I got into the next company, oh my God, my mentor did some horrific stuff. Took 60% of my downline, gave it to my upline, my checks cut. We had to requalify for positions we already had. That really, really left what they say, a bad taste in my mouth. A bad experience. And I hung on to that for quite a while. I put myself and my family in some not good financial situations. And it was awful. It was totally awful. So now I'm trying to rebuild myself. And, I'm 33% owner of a company. And that partnership fell apart. And then I became a master distributor for a company. And then that fell apart. And then I went to a company called Quorum. And Eric Worre and Jeff Olson got in an argument with Raymond Hung, and he filed bankruptcy on the company and went back to China as a network marketing company selling electronics, car alarms and home alarm systems. It's just crazy, man. And then, all of a sudden I went through heartache after heartache after heartache after heartache. And I started to paint the industry. Listen to me closely. I started doing broad strokes on the industry. I don't like this industry. It's not only hurt me, it's hurt other people, blah, 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 blah. And now we look at every relationship from that point. We look at it from the relationship of your experiences bad in our past. And very, very few people ever focus on the good times in the relationship. See, we focus on the things that hurt us. And so now it's like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Do I go back and get a job? Blah, 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 right? There, my wife, is to the rescue again. My wife, Terry, is she saved me so many times. It sort of makes me emotional to think about this because, now I leave Quorum and a guy gets me to be a master distributor for a company out in Atlanta. Listen to this, you guys. I didn't have a car. We didn't have a car. My wife had to move our two young sons that are, 30 and 29 now. She moved back in with her mom and dad. We had to take everything out of our home and put it into like a Quonset. It's called a storage facility in the back of her parents' home. And I'm out there trying to build this company called New Life, and it is a disaster. And so I built it so fast, so quick, the owners came to me and said, Robert, we only could do one of two things. Do you think that we should pay the distributors for the volume that they did? or should we order the product that they paid for? I'm done. I'm freaking done. So this is like one bad relationship after another, after another, after another, after another. And some of you go, well, how long should it take? I'm telling you, this was, I left in October of '92. So we're talking about, so that startup company was awful. So 92's blowing, 93's blowing, 94's blowing. 3 years, not doing good at all. And my wife actually knows one of the people that was in my group, Mike and Tony Kupas. They're identical twins. They're owners of ACN. And, I had too big of an ego. You know what I mean? Edging got out. And so my ego, they said, Robert, why don't you come work with us? Oh, no, listen. You used to be in my downline, I'm not doing that. But they knew documentation beats conversation. They knew this. And it took them, 3 years to get that company up and going. And then all of a sudden, my wife, gets these, you guys ever get these plastic things? They're called card decks, and you put the cards in them, right? And my wife is going through that card deck, and she sees an advertisement for ACN. And I still don't remember the total story. She'll have to give you that. But, she reached out. She got a hold of Tony and Mike and let them know that I was sleeping in a garage in Atlanta. And that, she said, reach out to him. Well, when I talked to Mike, he said, listen, I happen to be doing a meeting here, in Atlanta, and why don't you come over and say hi to everyone? There's going to be a bunch of people there. And, man, just God humbled. Mike knew how to touch my heart. He said, hey, how many of you guys have heard the auto mechanic that moved into my brother's and I's apartment to teach us how to do this business? He's in the back. And one of the top leaders, Delzino Wilson Debriano, out of Atlanta, he come running down the hallway and put his arms around me, and he just said, thank you, Robert, so much for teaching Mike and Tony this, because you allowed me and all these 300 people here to have financial freedom. And I was like, oh my God, I was just in tears. And I humbled myself, got involved in March of '95 with ACN, and just put my head down. I only wanted to be an affiliate. A distributor. I didn't want to be a trainer. I didn't want to be a coach. I didn't want to be anything. Those 3 years humbled my life. And so I just stepped in, started promoting and edifying Tony and Mike, promoted their company, didn't become the deal, and flew up the ranks. When I got in the company, I put my wife in her position. So my wife started getting all the checks. She had the top position. And in a matter of months, we now had a place in Atlanta. My wife and my sons moved out there. We moved our stuff out there, and, got a bad used car. Oh my God, it was awful. It used more oil than gasoline. And I rebuilt our credit, and we moved back. And years 1999, 2000, 2001, I was the #1 RVP in the world. Let me do the hand right there. So at that time, they just had regional vice president. And my wife, this is like, numerous times she's saved me again. And we stayed with that company for 7 years. 7 years. And everything is working great. Everything is going awesome. And then all of a sudden, the owners make some pretty bad decisions. And they, I don't fault them, because they took a risk, but they got into the deregulation of gas and electricity. Terry and I moved out to California, to expand that. We got like 2.6 million customers or something like that. And unfortunately, they didn't get turned on, and they didn't save any money, and the reps wasn't making any commissions. And here we go again. Oh my God. So in that one, I was probably a little immature. See, I was not only had my ego back intact, I was making good money. We were breaking records, and I'm basically in the face of some of the other owners of ACN. I'm telling them, listen, you got to stop doing ACN Energy. If it's not working, we got to stop that. And they didn't look at me as a company person. So even though I was number one every month and number one every quarter and number one every for the years, all of a sudden it's like I'm not a company person. So they didn't put me on the circle of champions. And so my ego got in the way, and I left my position and I sold it to Tony and Mike Koopas for $1. Stupid! See, now I'm hurt all over again. And now, oh my God, I put all this effort into the 7 years. And oh my God, I'm starting my own company, UPC Sites, and unlimited profits. And I'm going to start my own company. And now all of a sudden, things are not working good in 2002 and not working good in 2002. 1 and 2, and then not working good in 2003, and we're doing okay. I got my own company now. I'm little, but not making the crazy money and the fulfillment or anything like that, right? And so after being humbled again, I decided to get back into network marketing. Boom! No. Fred Herzog, oh, my dear friend, got involved with him in a company called Tahitian Noni or Marinda. And as soon as I got in, they changed the comp plan. They added a bunch of products, all the leaderships, they pulled out of countries. The leadership checks went down. And I did not catch that company at the right timing. They did incredible 2 years before I got involved with them, but I got involved in 2006, and man, it went awful. And so wasn't in that company very long, and then got into pro travel with Paul Henderson, and he's no longer with us anymore. And all of a sudden, things started clicking again. We made $50,000 our first 50 months. We're doing everything online. And then all of a sudden, Paul, unfortunately, is not with us anymore. He caught cancer, and now that's over. And so then I get involved in Kiani. I thought, man, that's going to work. I shared with them. They flew Terry and I to, a cruise and their private jet. And I spoke in San Diego, and there was certain things with the compensation plan I'm learning, and I'm going, hey, listen, if you're not going to change these, I'm not going to do anything. Now I'm a little smarter, and I hang on for 3 months. I don't hang on for years. And then it was 2009 when we got involved with Gano Excel. And there was 4 years of just incredible. Everything was moving fast. Everything was going great. Growing group had a group of 758,000 people. And all of a sudden in 2012, Craig Jackman knows about this story. Melody knows about this story. The guy that was running North and South America, Jovan Kabasic and Chris Tidwell, decided to start their own company and spin off Gano Excel and call it Gano Life. And they took all the leaders, the database, everything, and that ended up in a lawsuit, and Gano Life is no longer there. So this would be a great time for me to start my own company again. Because now I spent 4 years, I built a group of 758,000. I had 9 people underneath me that were making $1 million a year. God, I hate this industry. God, I hate this industry. I became a coach, built my brand, lifemechanic.com, hired Ray Higdon as a coach. Now I'm going to be Eric Worre and Ray Higdon and be a guru. And that's what I'm going to do. And me and my son Matthew helped build this company, and we were doing good, but not network marketing good. You know what I mean? When I told you guys about the legacy of the Lakers and watching that documentary, when I heard that Kobe and Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, when they were together for the first couple of years of the Lakers, they didn't win anything. You know, they got swept in the world championships, and people just go, oh my God, I remember them winning world championships. Not at the beginning. Wrong coach, wrong chemistry, wrong everything. Sometimes it's not the industry. Sometimes it's not the owners. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just I don't know. I wish I could figure out what created momentum. You know what I mean? And so, you know, now guess what? Now what is it? That's 2012, so 2013, 14, 15. You know, I'm just going to be a consultant and build that. I'm not going to do network marketing, write a couple of books, speak on stages all over the world for Eric Worre 5 times, and Association of Network Marketing Company Profit a few times, for Ray Higdon a few times. So now I'm just going to do that. Hated every moment of it. Why? Because it didn't make a difference how much money people paid me. Certain individuals got to be at the right place to want to learn from me, want to apply. And I thought, listen, if they buy product in a network marketing company and they decide not to do it, that's okay. But if they pay me $500 or $1,500 or $5,000 or $100,000 for coaching, and then they don't get any results from it and they don't do anything, I just didn't want to do this. So again, my wife saves me again. And so, man, when someone comes to me, people told me to build a brand. People told me, you know, not to be an affiliate, not to talk about the company, not talk about that on my website. I'm just going, oh my God. Do you know what small percent, 0.0001% of people make a full-time income from building a brand? Come on, you guys. So we not only made money, but we spent all of our money on advertising, and then Facebook kept changing their advertising, and then all these things. And so we're going, hey, and I had a talk with my son, Matthew. I could tell he was unhappy, and I'm going, listen, if you don't want to do this stuff, to quit. And I said, let's do something else. And he goes, but Dad, this money that we're living on right now, not only is me and Hannah, but it also is for you and Mom. And I'm going like, listen, you do not need that kind of pressure. No way. Well, I'll find something else to do. And that's when Terry reached out to me and said, you know, this Club 8, I was using their CBD, and they went out of business. And I said, well, I'll put in most documented CBD, and found HempWorks. Then did my research for leaders on Facebook. Isn't it funny that some people are looking for leaders right now to join My Daily Choice and High Life Travel, and they go to your Facebook page or your social media, and you're a brand, you're a coach, you're a life coach. They don't even know you're in MDC High Life Travel. Interesting. You go to my page, you go to Tanisha Graham's page that just broke the record. You go to any of the other leaders, you know, Candace Bird Davis, you definitely know they're in My Daily Choice. You know, so you go to Terry and our pages, and our links right there. So I did research on Facebook, and I found Jenna's link. I clicked on the link. I bought Terry the 500. There it is. And she started telling me, hey, you know what? I'm getting emails almost every day of people, a new person underneath you, a new person underneath you, a new person underneath you. And I'm thinking in my mind, oh my God, I don't want to get excited about this industry anymore. Can any of you relate? If you know anybody that says, you know what, I'm listening to other people's opinions about this pyramid, this network marketing stuff. It's usually from experiences, people failing, or people that they know and love that's failed. Maybe it was a relative, maybe it was a sibling, maybe a mom and dad. But there's some things that they're bringing from the past, right? And so all of a sudden I'm going, wow, let me look at this. And then me and Terry had a discussion, and I said, you know what? I'll help you build your little business. I'll help you build this business. And I did a few posts, and I wanted to make sure that I shared with everyone that I could build this right off Zoom and right off Facebook. And the rest is history. Went to 500K in 8 months. Followed that up with super affiliate, made $4 million in our first 4.5 years with this company. And I love network marketing again. I didn't like being in a relationship in high school and when I went to trade school because I was in a relationship with the wrong person. Once I found Terry and I woke up and I allowed myself, to commit to her, and ask her to marry me, then it's just been incredible. And we just don't do that with relationships. We also do that in jobs. We also do that in picking business opportunities. And we got to be at the right place at the right time in our life to finally say, you know what, I'm going to surrender. I'm going to surrender. I know I'm excellent with an ego to basically believe that I can do this business better than whoever I'm going to learn from. But my results don't show it. I don't have people in my group that are making a couple of $100 a month. I must be following the wrong principles because I think that this business works a certain way because I heard from those other people that no longer wanted to build the industry. They wanted to just coach it and train it. You know what I mean? And so it's pretty interesting, right? So now, there was after Terry and she made the 7-figure plaque. She got this 7-figure plaque. I really got rid of my ego. And I stood on stage at a MDC convention. We're going next weekend. I'll get to speak again. I'm very, very blessed. And, we're back on top after 4.5 years. And the business is growing great and everything is going awesome. And so, I wanted to do this because Daniel again said that his wife just said, the reputation of network marketing and I know a lot of people that didn't make any money, or me myself, I haven't made any money yet. There's only, in my opinion, only two reasons why people don't get results in network marketing. Only two. One is very simple. They're not mentally at the right place in life. They're not willing to follow a proven path, a GPS to success, a treasure map. They're not willing to follow a certain way. They don't engage. They overthink. They overcomplicate. They overdo everything. And they grab ingredients from every book and training and video and stuff out there. And they try to make their own recipe, and it sucks really, really, really bad. Super, super bad. So if they don't believe they can do this, then they can't. You got people that can't read and write like Henry Ford that says if you believe you can't, you can't. If you believe you can, you can. So most of this industry and success in life is all about our availability to say whether or not we can achieve it, whether or not I can do this, whether or not I'm going to learn from someone that's documented and then do that. What is the second reason? The second reason is what we talked about here. Sometimes your sponsor, sometimes the coach, sometimes the company that you're listening to, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. You don't know how to figure out who's documented or not, simply because you won't ask them. You won't say, hey, can I see what you've made in the last, in the last 60 days? It's like, listen, if you want to learn how to play football or you want to play darts or you want to go bowling, it'd be neat to learn from people that were actually successful and world champions last time. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are, there's so much information on the planet right now with YouTube and Google, but very little wisdom. Very little wisdom. And so I took the time once I left my mentors to seek out the best of the best of the best of the best and relearn and learn a new personal philosophy of how to be successful in this industry. So if you're learning from people that don't know what they're doing and they're teaching you stuff that are non-duplicatable, so that the group doesn't continue to go 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64. Now I have massive duplication happening in our organization where, there's 14,000 people coming in a month. And so that's when you know that people are doing things that are duplicatable. And so I just say to you that, please, please, please let go. The whole title of this video was Let Go. You got to let go of experiences in the past and not bring them into your new experience. Changing the way you do business. I tried that. It didn't work. And, they're saying to do this and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be rebellious and I'm just going to, do it school of hard knocks. There's another way to learn than through school of hard knocks, through a bunch of failures to get there. And that's learning from other people's mistakes. Learning from other people's mistakes. When I got involved in MDC, I got rid of my ego. When Terry got the 7-figure plaque, I told everyone you can go to roberthollis.com. Everything's free there. You can't buy anything. Everything's free. I made a commitment this year to do a video a day. I've almost perfectly did it. I've missed a couple of days. But I have all new information that's always being put new on not only the youtube.com/Robert Hollis, but also in roberthollis.com. And I'm going to continue to do my very, very best in helping people find the very simplistic way of doing this business that creates duplication. And so I love and appreciate you guys. I hope that this helped you, that, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs in life. Sometimes getting involved in a business or getting involved in network marketing business or doing investing or doing anything like that just makes the experience more. You know what I mean? We all go through ups and downs. It's all a roller coaster. It's just like when you're involved in a business or doing a business or whatever, it just enhances that. It seems like, all this stuff is so dramatic and oh my God, so, if you can let go of that and focus on the now, NOW, no opportunity wasted, and you can stay in the present and you can market and listen to Josh Wagle very well. So I got in this company, I'd rather promote and edify Josh, but if Josh all of a sudden is changing his focus, to, when I got in, it was hemp and then, CBD oil, then it was a lot of products and then body melt and then the sprays. And now I see his attention going to high life travel. I'm watching him. I'm listening to him. And if his focus is toward going globally with a digital product that has extreme value, that a person can get started for $10, zero, get in for free and make money. But if they wanted to learn to give away cards and pay $135 to become an executive at 50% so they can give away $2,000, oh my God. So I thought this would help you. Again, dedicated this to Daniel and his wife. And I believe if you can do it, I can do it. I also believe if I can do it, you can do it. So if no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. And just really ask yourself, why are you hanging on to the emotions and the feelings from a past relationship? And if you let go and just focus on this relationship and looking forward instead of behind, things can change fast. I love and appreciate you. Do me a huge personal favor and share this video with those that are still stuck. They're not stuck, they're just uninspired. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care and God bless. We'll talk to you soon.